Welcome back. Still watching Business Morning here on Channels Television. We talk about maritime now. The Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Mr. Wale Edun, recently reaffirmed the commitment of President Bola Tinubu's administration to this disbursement of the Cabotage Vessel Financing Fund, that's the CVFF, and this has been lingering for a bit. Let's see perhaps what can happen. In the last couple of weeks, we've seen meeting between the minister and NIMASA Director General Dr. Diamo Birola. They led a delegation, they've had meetings. So we're looking at how to improve perhaps revenue from the maritime sector in Nigeria. And right here we have to discuss this Rear Admiral Andrew Okoja. He's retired. He's now the chairman, Mercury Maritime Concession Company Limited. Thank you so much for joining us. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
So this fund has been a topic of conversation for a while.
Yes.
Now the government has said that they will pay the fund. Have you heard perhaps any move towards that fund being paid?
Yeah, actually, the fund is not paying the fund. Is that the project, which cost 27.29 billion US dollars, the financier needed a revalidation letter in regards to the first provisional approval which we had to develop the project, which is Extravos Seaport Industrial Complex project, a project that it has its cradle at Extravos in Delta State, and then it will directly benefit seven states, which are Delta State, Bayelsa State, Bayelsa State, Kogi State, Niger State, Anambra State, and then the FTC in Abuja.
So this, I guess, is one of those things, because the government says that they want to maximize revenue from the maritime sector. So issues like this, you need revalidation and all of that seem to be stopping this. But have you had conversations with NIMASA, for instance, and government agencies that are in charge when we see the potentials in this sector that seems not to be explored?
Yes. As a matter of fact, in January 2024, the financier came out boldly and said, look, I'm going to finance this project. All I need is the validation letter to do that. And then the validation letters were to come from Delta States and the federal government. Now, the Delta State gave us their own validation, and then we submitted to the financier. The federal government ministries that are responsible for this revalidation were the Federal Ministry of Industries, Trade and Investment, and then the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy. On the 14th of January, we had a global media parley, and then after that, the federal government invited, the Ministry of Trade and Investment invited us, and we had a meeting with which was chaired by the permanent secretary of the ministry. In that ministry, there were about 4 directors and a representation from the presidency. We made useful progress in that regard. Now, coming to the Ministry of Blue Economy, Marine and Blue Economy, we are talking to them, and they have assured us that, look, this matter will be resolved soonest. So there was a misunderstanding. They thought, that we had reached levels 4 or 5 in the development of this project, which meant that we would have been dealing with the Bureau for Public Procurement.
So the processes, are you saying that perhaps sometimes these procedures,
Yes.
of how to get validation and, these are they deterring factors to investors in the maritime sector?
Well, I wouldn't say they are deterrent factors if only those who are involved, the civil servants, respond in time. But what we discovered that there was a misunderstanding. What we actually needed is revalidation, but they thought we had started in full. We're about step 4 or step 5. So now that this misunderstanding has been clarified, I believe that they will respond faster, particularly the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy. We are talking to them quietly, but I think something is going to happen very soon. We needed these validations to give the financier comfort that the money he's spending is secured, so that they can now move. The first stage of it is the acquisition of the land, which they were prepared to do as soon as possible.
All right, but apart from this,
yes.
I'm trying to look at the bigger picture.
Yeah.
At the Maritime.
Yes.
How are things going? Do you have, we talk about the ease of doing business. Do you have it there? Do you have enough incentives, attraction for investors to come on board?
Well, I think the question of ease of doing business, the better person to talk about is those in the ministry.
I'm talking to you. Since you are a partaker, you are a player in the industry, from your experience.
Well, from my experience, I think we had some challenge which bordered on response, because I give you an instance. The financier in January 2024 said we're going to invest it. We are now in, it's now about 13 or 14 months, and we haven't taken up. So, well, I would think this may not be too good, may not be good enough, but it's not for me to address. But what is important now is that we are beginning to receive attention so as to deliver this project.
So would you say we're on the right track to maximize our potentials in the maritime sector?
Well, insofar as
in the country, generally, Nigeria.
Well, I don't think I'm in a position to respond to this, but for my own project, I'll tell you, because I know that we have some great deliverables to deliver to this country, which to Nigeria. For instance, we bring in foreign direct investment of value of 27.29 billion USD to host projects to flower what I may call economic development powerhouse, which in Extravos and 7 other states, in the form of using inland ports and ports as a catalyst to achieve this purpose.
All right. Rear Admiral Andrew Okoja, retired Chairman, Mercury Maritime Concession Company Limited. Thank you so much for your time on the program.
Thank you very much for receiving me.